All right, YouTube, let's talk. So over the past few months, there's been a whole lot of stuff going on with YouTube, from PewDiePie in the Wall Street Journal to YouTube changing some algorithms to adding a gate for 10,000 views in order to be able to monetize a channel, all the way up to the simple fact that gaming channels that use gun-related games, along with war videos, and anything pertaining to violence is suddenly getting banned. So we're going to talk about that really quick and what that means not only for YouTube, but the state of my channel as a whole. So some background on the whole matter. One of the big things about YouTube is the fact that it grew far faster than I think YouTube realized that it was ever going to grow. And one of the biggest things that grew out of YouTube was gaming content. Gaming content has been huge on YouTube over the years, with big YouTubers such as PewDiePie, Markiplier, Total Biscuit, and so many more coming out and making full careers and names for themselves off of the platform. One of the biggest things to come out of YouTube was the fact that it was a place for creators to congregate and build their own structured community however they wanted to with the tools that were offered by YouTube. What does that do? Well, it opens up the floodgates to everybody. It is similar to the way that Steam has operated since Greenlight kind of blew up. And that is, you let everybody into your platform and you barely police what is going on. And what happens when you barely police a platform is basically people do whatever they can get away with until they are told that they have to stop. That is kind of the situation currently with YouTube. YouTube has been kind of in this gray space, or the Wild West, for a very long time. One of the things that YouTube has been getting away with is Let's Plays and doing all sorts of content that I too utilize on my channel. And we've started seeing YouTube crack down, maybe unintentionally, but also intentionally, in order to keep their advertisers happy. One of the big things that keeps YouTube afloat, obviously, is the fact that Google owns them and Google wants to make money. Money is made through YouTube based off of advertisers and the ads that play during the videos, along with YouTube Red and the other services that YouTube does have to make an income on top of that. So what does that mean overall? Well, it means that when advertisers are unhappy, YouTube and Google both kind of comply with the demands of the advertisers in order to keep the revenue coming in at a consistent rate. That's great. Everybody is in business to make money. That's why you get into business. And without money, there really is no point of getting into the business in the first place. What has happened over the past, I want to start with basically a year, is YouTube has started to stall and fall in on itself. And that is something, as a small YouTuber like myself, who's been following the scene for a very long time, jumped into it this year, and really has been trying to make it. Watching, while trying to be a part of it, everything go down has been a crazy mess. And what I want to do today is kind of just discuss the crazy mess that currently is YouTube. So there's no doubt in anybody's mind that YouTube is in a rough spot. They allow anybody to upload content with a very automated check and balance system, where basically if the robot says no, you're classified. That video will either get demonetized, or it could even potentially get taken down, along with the whole completely and totally guilty in YouTube's eyes when it comes to copyright law until, proven innocent. And it's very backwards. There are so many systems placed pertaining to the YouTube universe that punish and try to hinder the creators that are just trying to either make a living, create a community, foster a community, or just generally have fun on the internet and foster it as a hobby. And over time, it has progressively become more and more noticeable, even as it goes farther and farther back to smaller channels. And recently, there's been a giant debacle once again pertaining to PewDiePie. Mr. PewDiePie, recently got caught during a live stream saying a racial slur, which we're obviously not going to say here. And it sparked an entirely new conversation about Let's Plays, where a developer said, basically, we're going to DMCA strike your video because we disagree with the way that you are behaving. And are they allowed to do that? Can they actually do it? That's still kind of unanswered as of recording this video, but there are two different camps that say yes and no. Either way, it's not good. Even the fact that a developer feels comfortable enough to threaten that and even potentially go through it. As of recording, that video is unavailable to my knowledge. And that is the puzzling part, is PewDiePie is the largest YouTuber by a landslide. There's no touching his 57 million subscribers as of this recording. And what he said, will it have ramifications for him? Probably not, honestly. It's one of those things where if it does spark something again, what will it spark and how bad will it be this time? And it really just comes down to, you now have game developers. So first time around, it was advertisers. Now there are game developers who are saying, we no longer agree with the way you're, representing yourself. And by that, you attached your name to some of our products. We don't want that association anymore. So can you please take our video down? And we're going to DMCA if you don't. That kind of power that the developer is now swinging at PewDiePie is a pretty heavy hammer to swing, considering that the impacts that it has for the entire Let's Play community, because Let's Plays have always kind of been a gray space within the YouTube community, and it's kind of just been this whole wink between developers and streamers and Let's Players that you can do it because it benefits us and it benefits you. So you scratch our back, we'll scratch your back. Basically, you can have access to our gaming content, you can talk over it, you can play it, but in the end, we're only letting you do it. We're letting you do it is the key portion of what I want to get to, is they're letting us do it is the current argument. And whether that's true or not, we've never had a precedence that has actually been tested where it says by law you can't do this, but it's also never been said by law you can do this. And there's a lot that goes into copyright law that I'm not going to get into because I am not a lawyer and I'm not even going to claim to understand all of the technical details that go into it. But what it does do is it puts the face of YouTube, which whether PewDiePie wants to admit it or not, he is a very large face for YouTube, especially from the gaming perspective. And what he has now done is put YouTube in a very awkward spot, and he's put a lot of creators in an awkward spot, because the last time he messed up, he really hurt a lot of YouTubers, and their ad revenue went down. People were losing their channels. Like, it was not good, and people went back to work. They lost their income. They either had to go back to being full part-time, and ever since then, this focus has been on YouTube and PewDiePie and what is going on from the advertisers in the media. Whether or not the media has been out to get PewDiePie or not is irrelevant, because PewDiePie knows that there is a light on him because of how large he is. There are 57 million people who are subscribed to his channel. You are bound to at some point piss somebody off, and if you start pissing off too many of the wrong people, it's going to build up. And frankly, it's to the point now where the first time PewDiePie messed up, it sucked. There's just no other way to put it. It sucked. He did something comedically that was taken completely out of context, and it was manipulated to cause the adpocalypse. The second time around, this time, there's nowhere to hide. PewDiePie himself has come up. He has given a response to what happened, and he's owning it, which is respectable. Like, 100% props to the guy for owning it. The fact that he's owning it actually, to me personally, lightens the offense, even though, like, you just don't, there's certain things you just don't do, and he did one of them. Whether or not it is a cliche or a niche within the gaming community, that is not who all of us are. We do not all act like that. We are not all immature, just throwing around these slurs and these insults, and frankly, it's a bad way to represent us as a whole, which at his size, he kind of does. And that sucks. It 100% sucks that as a new creator, I have to be so concerned about what other YouTubers are doing, whether it's Jake Paul, who's frankly, in my opinion, a complete and total idiot, who's also doing the same shit, putting pressure on YouTube from an entire different angle than gaming, but he's still being an idiot and uploading stuff and causing issues and always getting covered by other YouTubers and the drama that goes with it. And just the fact that everything that I do, no matter how much love and emotion and time and just dedication I put into my channel, the fact that I know that somebody who's made it and just doesn't seem to give a shit anymore could ruin everything for me. And that kind of uncertainty is what keeps a lot of people from doing YouTube, and it keeps a lot of people from continuing to do YouTube who start YouTube. Just watching these channels, especially not only with the adpocalypse, but now with this bot that is running rampant on any games, war footage, any content uploaded to YouTube that has explicit violence in it, whether it be documented war violence, whether it be video game violence, whether it be like gun reviews or anything that has that, gets taken down. And it is a terrifying thing to put so much of what you do out there, and to amplify that uncertainty and that fear with exposing who you are on the internet and just trying to be genuine and foster that community. I think it hurts us all when somebody of PewDiePie's size goes out and just messes it up for us all. Like, because of how large he is, whether it's true or not, his actions represent a lot of us, whether he wants them to or not. And if he can't be responsible with and immature enough to handle what he has, then I don't personally think that he should continue being on the platform. That's just my opinion. I am a very small little YouTuber who's sitting here with like 125 subscribers that I am super happy to have. Like, I've earned that, and it feels really great to know that this dedication has gotten it. And I'm sure at one point PewDiePie was sitting in this very same spot where he was just excited to get that new subscriber, and he was so happy that his channel was doing well. And now he's trolling YouTube. He's mocking YouTube. He blatantly came out and like made videos mocking the adpocalypse. Like, he continues to mock different things. Granted, whether it's in satire or not, it can be in bad taste when you are part of the problem that is affecting YouTube. And the blatant disregard for the fact that he continues to put out this content, like, royally sucks. The same weekend that this happens, he has a video called Stream Fails. Like, it's just such a coincidence that it's hard to believe. And I don't know. I don't want to sit here and I don't want to ramble and I don't want to cause concern for my channel. I'm going to keep doing this. I have no interest in quitting, but it is incredibly terrifying as a new creator. And I love somebody at YouTube to watch this video. I know as a little guy, YouTube doesn't typically give a shit about us. Again, that sucks. And I don't know. It's one of those situations where no matter what I do, somebody else could always mess it up for me. And the fact that PewDiePie continues to say he's going to do better, but doesn't do better and continues to cause these issues that are going to have who knows what kind of effects. First time, it affected YouTube, straight up their money. Like, YouTube lost money, no question, because of what happened last time. This time around, developers have started getting, a little more aggressive, and they're now threatening to pull stuff. Who knows what's going to happen when you have the advertisers and the developers who are driving this ecosystem of gaming within YouTube, and they're both starting to get really pissed off with people within it. I don't think it can end well, and that really sucks. And I don't know how well a video like this is going to do. I really would love if you guys could give this a share. I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on the entire PewDiePie thing that's gone down. And I'd love to know if you think that YouTube is in a rough spot and whether or not you think YouTube's going to weather the storm. It's been really interesting over the past year, kind of coming into YouTube and going, this is going to be awesome. I can't wait for my channel to grow. And keeping that along with just watching YouTube slowly implode upon itself with the way it's been doing things. It doesn't communicate very well at all. They make changes without telling anybody. Channels are getting taken down. Footage is being flagged. Monetization has been in the toilet. Like, everything just seems to be going the wrong way. And I don't know. It's a lot of YouTubers have started hopping to Twitch. A lot of YouTubers have started relying on Patreon and their subscribers to continue being able to do this full time, and others have either shut down their channel, quit doing YouTube altogether, or had to get a part-time job and do it as a hobby, or even a full-time job and continue doing it as a hobby. And yeah, it's just one of those things that I'd love to know you guys' thoughts and opinions, and hopefully YouTube's still around tomorrow or the day after, and hopefully they do something about what's going on, because right now the state of YouTube is terrifying and there's really nothing else to it. And in the end, it really comes down to us as creators to foster the communication and the relationships that we want with our subscribers. And if YouTube isn't going to help us do that, and they're not going to allow us to do that anymore, eventually YouTube as a community will leave YouTube and go somewhere else. And right now, Twitch seems like the pretty hopping place. But like YouTube, eventually Twitch is going to outgrow itself, or it's going to outgrow itself very quickly, I think. And they're not going to be able to police the same issues that YouTube's having issues with, which is one of the big reasons why I don't think competitors have come up. Is it's just, if the big guy on top can't handle the issue, how is a little guy going to do it? And that's really it. It's been a lot of fun. Don't worry about the channel. We're going to keep going. I plan on changing absolutely nothing. This is a channel where I want to be straight up with you guys. I want to be genuine. I don't edit losses here. Like, it's just one of those things where I want to foster a community of honesty and transparency. And I feel like YouTube is trying their best to keep YouTube the way it used to be, but something has to change. And if that is the content creators themselves, or if it's YouTube and their rules behind the scenes, a decision needs to be made. So YouTube, if you are watching this, let us know what's going on, and please just stop hurting your creators and actually start giving a shit about us, because I don't want to stop.